Did not pour myself some tea. It's too late now. No, it's too late. It's all the way over there. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lights, Camera, Nonsense, where we give you all the latest movie news you may have missed. I'm Nick Simmons.
And I'm Zach Smith.
And for the week of, let me check, September 28th, let's roll the previews. Zach, what have you been watching?
Nick, you will not believe what I watched this
What
week.
did you watch?
I watched a little thing called Absolutely Nothing.
Oh.
And that's not actually the name of something.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I actually watched nothing.
You're not being clever?
No. Well, I am being
I guess
clever.
you are being, yeah. Okay.
I'm being clever, not factual.
Yeah. Way to be boring.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I had some...
Busy with work?
Well, maybe on the latter half. But the first half and a little bit over, I was in like some severe abdominal pain.
Oh, fun.
Like go to the emergency room abdominal pain.
Did you go to the emergency room?
I went to Care Now.
Yeah.
And they misdiagnosed me, so that was fun.
You have Hep C. What?
But
sorry.
they did give me pain meds.
That's
like,
good.
Super hard pain meds. So at least I was out of it for the first half of the week.
Super hard, like literally, or like they were very strong?
They're strong.
Okay.
Yeah. To the point where
Note to self.
I would try to start watching something.
Yeah.
And then I would wake up 5 hours later.
Nice. Yeah, you've met my friend Benadryl.
Yeah,
then.
Yeah, a little bit more than
Stronger
Benadryl.
than that.
Little-
Oh, okay.
little
All
bit
right.
more.
Well, I don't want to miss 5 hours of my life.
So
though.
I watched the usuals. A lot of baking. A lot of baking.
A lot of baking shows. Are you learning anything?
No.
You're not going to bake anything for the show?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
Well,
it's wholesome content though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice reality show.
It's
baking
hopped up
competition.
on pain meds and.
Oh, okay. It's a different experience when you're on pain meds.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's a wild ride.
You're a druggie.
I am.
You're a bad influence. Well, I've actually been watching some different things.
Hey, thanks for bringing content to the podcast.
Hey, you're welcome. I do what I can. I've been watching, and it'll actually tie into one of our news topics this week. But I started watching Fleabag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you were going over the noms last week.
Yes.
And you mentioned that you hadn't watched it.
Yeah, so I wanted to give it a shot. It's 2 seasons in, and because it's a British show, of course, it's 6 episodes long per season.
Yeah.
Good for them, honestly. It's 6 episodes, 30 minutes each. It's written and directed by, or not directed, I'm sorry. I think one of the episodes she did. Phoebe Waller-Bridge,
Okay.
who played 1337 or whatever in Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh, yeah.
She played the feminist robot.
K2. No, that's
No, that's
Rogue One.
K2SO. That's Rogue One.
Yeah.
You fucking
I
pleb.
try to not
How
remember
would you
Solo.
know?
I try not to remember Solo.
Most people don't. But it's hilarious. It's a tragic comedy similar to, and I hate to bring this bastard up, but it's similar to Louis.
Yeah.
In that it's very reality based.
Down on their luck and kind of a little depressing.
It's a bit depressing, but it's very realistic in the way that it portrays how someone lives. It's very realistic.
Yeah, day-to-day life.
Day-to-day life.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I, too, also looked into watching Fleabag
Yes.
after we went over our Emmy noms. Noms. And the HBO description for the first episode was a little weird.
Would you?
Because it says Fleabag. Is that her name? Fleabag?
Yes. So this show is based off of a one-woman play that Phoebe Waller-Bridge performed.
Oh.
And so all of the characters don't really have... Well, some of the characters have names.
Quote-unquote names.
Family members have names like Claire or her best friend Boo.
That's not a name.
Yeah, it is. Sure is. Bo is a name.
Bo?
Yeah, as in
Boo
Beauregard.
is a
one
millennial-
letter away from boob.
He's a millennial in term of endearment.
Yeah.
Hey, Boo. You my boo.
Well, I mean, there's a lot weirder names out there. Isn't Katie Holmes' kid named Apple or something?
No, that's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh, okay.
I think. But still.
She also runs a company named Goop.
There's a child out there with the name Apple.
Yeah, there's dumb names out there, all right? Boo isn't that crazy.
But Fleabag...
Boo is the name of the kid in Monsters, Inc.
I think if any celebrity named their child Fleabag,
It's not. No, that's not their actual
CBS
name.
would be called.
No, that's a description of the character and some of the other characters. Like there's a character that she meets in the first episode on the bus, and he has like big buck teeth, like vampire Nosferatu teeth. And so she doesn't call anybody by anybody's name, and no one really does, because it's based off
like
the one woman play.
Internal monologue sort of thing.
I'll get to that in just a sec.
Okay.
But she meets this person on the bus, and he's got the big buck teeth, and so he's called like a bus rat, basically, in the description and like the cast list.
Gotcha.
But it's also, so when I compared it to Louis earlier, I mean that in the tone of the show.
Right.
But when she interacts with other characters, but she has internal monologue, what she does is her character directs it towards the camera, similar to House of Cards.
Okay.
So when she's like...
So it's like an aside.
It's an aside, basically. Like, if somebody says something, like, kind of dirty, she turns to the camera and is like, oh, that's cheeky. And so it's very...
Very Woody Allen.
Yes. It's very... it's got a lot of dark humor to it. One character at one point gets a miscarriage, and they treat it as like, oh, we just got to take care of it, deal with it, and then we'll move on, because they're at their parents' wedding announcement dinner thing. So it's very intense at times.
Yeah.
But she definitely earns the Emmy nominations and wins.
Oh, good.
And I'll get into that later. But I've been watching that.
Nice.
And then I actually watched a movie.
Oh.
I watched it yesterday.
Titillate me with this movie.
I'll titillate you with this movie, because guess what? This movie has tits in it.
Oh.
It's Hustlers.
Oh.
Yeah, the Jennifer Lopez, Lily Reinhart, Constance Wu, and Nicki Minaj in a little bit of it. She's like in it to be Nicki Minaj. So I went into it. I'm like, oh, this better not be a sad stripper story. Guess what?
A sad stripper story.
It's got a lot of sad parts to it. I feel like it was trying to be like some parts like Takers. You remember that movie, Takers?
Takers. I recognize the name.
Yeah, it had like Hayden Christensen in it. It had like Idris Elba, I think. And it's It starts off it starts off as kind of like it's about hustlers. It's about a whole bunch of strippers who drug some of their regulars and decide to run their credit cards and steal money from them. That's the basic premise.
Wholesome family content.
Yeah, and so the whole movie is based off of a newspaper article that the writer found a couple of years ago about this very same synopsis. And so they decided, I hate movies that are based off of newspaper articles.
Yeah. Because you're like taking one thing, like
one
an
little
excerpt
thing,
and then stretching it out into like a 2-hour movie.
A 2-hour movie.
How long is this movie?
It was, I can look that up, but I want to say a little over 2 hours.
Okay. Because I feel like there's only so much content you can kind of wring out.
From a 2-paragraph blurb.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look this up really quick. Hustlers, 1 hour, 50 minutes. I'm sorry, 1 hour, 50 minutes. And
so at least it's under 2 hours.
But it drags in parts, mainly because they do some flash forwards to the quote-unquote article writer of the original article that they're basing it off of, with the chick from Jason Bourne series.
Oh, God.
10 Things I Hate About You.
No.
Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles, yeah.
And she's the newspaper. She's basically interviewing Constance Wu, who's the main character, and how she meets Jennifer Lopez, who does a fantastic dance. I just mean in general, like,
well, she
not just being a guy.
Like intensive training for
this.
Yeah,
I would imagine. There's a scene where Jennifer Lopez is training Constance Wu how to be a better stripper because she's just terrible.
Yeah.
Even though she's been doing it for years, and they go through all the different like fireman's pose or whatever, and heel twist and turn or whatever. I can't remember.
Yeah,
the names,
that sounds real.
I wasn't paying attention to it. I was paying attention to the person on the pole.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I'm a straight guy. I went into this movie for one reason, and I got the result I needed.
You know, there's porn, right?
What?
Yeah, there's like a whole internet full of porn.
What?
It's like the only thing.
I can just skip all of the plot.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
Yeah, it's shorter too.
It's a lot shorter. But it felt like half baked when it came to the tension. Like there's a Christmas scene where they all get together and they've all like stolen a whole bunch of money and they're doing fine. And basically Constance Wu's character is taking all this money to help support her grandmother and to live a better life. And she eventually gets pregnant and has a kid, and she wants to support that kid too. But she basically there's a Christmas scene, and they're all getting together, and they're all telling each other stories and everything. And you're like, okay, when are the cops going to show up and take them down?
Because it's going to happen.
It was like this scene is dragging for way too long, and everyone's way too happy in a movie called Hustlers where they're committing crimes.
Right. Well, and it's in the trailers, too. Like, at some point, they're being interviewed in a police station, so...
Yeah. So, that happens way later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, the tension... like, the third act is the third act, and the, climax, falling action, all that kind of stuff, story structure. But, I just felt like the things that they were doing wrong, they didn't really portray as doing all that wrong. Like it didn't seem like that much of a crime. It didn't really portray it in a negative fashion. The people themselves and the mistakes that they make are like mistakes they could have avoided, but they got greedy, of course. But
they're portrayed more as protagonists as opposed to
anti-heroes.
Anti-heroes.
Yeah. So it just kind of felt like I wasn't really rooting for anyone, and I knew that there wasn't really an antagonist other than greed and, to an extent,
certain like the cops.
Certain characters. Yeah, I mean, I guess. But in the end,
but just the way you're describing the way that they set up the story.
Yeah.
If they're portraying these people as your heroes with no sense of nuance,
right, then
in turn, your antagonists become the police.
But and you see parts of it in the trailer where they're reading the news articles of the women getting arrested one by one. Or no, the what are they called? The testimonies of the victims of the men. And they're like, oh, you spent like $15,000 at the club. Sounds like you had a good time. And they're all laughing about it. And you're like, I can kind of see where they're coming from. So you don't really feel that bad about you don't feel antagonistic towards the cops either, because technically they're just doing their job. And they're only in a small section of the film of them getting busted. Because then they move on and the characters move on and they have lives after they get convicted. But anyway, it was an okay movie. I would say, wait for it to drop on streaming services or DVD or whatever. But yeah, it wasn't really worth going to the movies for.
Bummer.
Well, I got the matinee price, so
well, there you go.
Didn't feel that
bad. At least you did that.
Yeah, popcorn. Popcorn was delicious.
Nom nom.
Yum, 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 yum. So, that's what I've been watching. I'm getting ready to dive into Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress, an anime that came out a couple years ago. An Attack on Titan clone, if I've ever seen one, but it's still a fantastically it's a beautiful looking
I thought you
anime.
already watched this.
I did already see it, but the sequel anime movie just dropped on Netflix a couple of days ago, and so I'm going to rewatch the show, which is only 12 episodes. So I'll breeze through that, and then I'll watch the movie, because I really love the series, I'll stick with it for
Makes
5
sense.
hours. And I just want to continue to rewatch old shows that I enjoyed in the past, but I never have time anymore.
Yeah.
That's just the thing. Let's dive into the news, though.
Nick,
yes.
Ask me how much news we have today.
How much news do we have today?
Oh boy, Nick, we have so much news. We should rename our show again to Lights, Cameras, News.
No.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that. You can't make me do that. I've done all the artwork, the assets.
I've created merch.
Yes. Yes. I don't want to start over again. How much, seriously?
Yeah,
Is it a lot of news?
It's a lot of news.
All right. Let me start off with one.
Okay.
And then we'll just go back and forth. Is this going to be a news heavy?
Hit me. Just hit me. Ah. You did what I told you to.
Physical altercation just happened. Sue me.
Give me your first news story.
Do we want to do the Emmy winners at the top?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
I'll breeze through them like I did last week.
Yeah.
All right. It's not going to be every week,
I have
folks.
thoughts about specific things. I have thoughts about one specific thing.
I feel like I know. But we all saw it coming, all right? Oh, it's actually the first result when I pull up the results screen. Okay, so best drama series.
Fuck off.
The winner was Game of Thrones.
Fuck off. You're full of shit.
Out of all of the, I'm sorry, audio listeners for the S there. Out of all of the shows that are nominated, I only saw Game of Thrones. And to be fair,
but that should tell you something.
It was
so bad.
It was a cultural.
I'm angry that anything else that I didn't see.
This Is Us, Succession, Pose, Ozark, Killing Eve, Bodyguard,
Well,
Better
and
Call
I've heard
Saul.
Ozark is great.
Yeah,
so.
I heard it is too. That's a show. It's on the Netflix queue.
Yeah.
But because of the results of this year's Emmys, I kind of want to check it out even more. I'm sorry that out of all the categories, you hated this one the most. Let's go into best comedy series. The winner was Fleabag. That was that was one of the. I think it won 3 awards. Well,
nice. Not bad for a new series.
It just finished its 2nd season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, these all of the
on first.
No, all the nominations are for the most current season, which is the 2nd season.
Well, yeah, I'm aware how nominations.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I just thought Fleabag was on season 1.
Well, no, because yes, like I said before, 6 episodes. It's so short. You gotta come on, roll with me.
British.
Can I recommend a show really quick?
Please do.
Have you heard of Misfits?
Yeah. We've talked about it many, many, many times.
Okay,
because every time one of us mentions Misfits, and the other one goes, "Yeah, Misfits is great.
Yeah, it's a good show." I'm
glad somebody else watched it.
Yeah. All right. We're on the same page once again. Fuck me and my memory. All right. Best drama actress, Jodie Comer for Killing Eve.
Good job, Jodie.
Yeah, good.
We're doing golf claps.
Yeah, it's not picking up.
I want to clap directly into the mic again.
Yeah,
I want to make a habit about that.
It'll happen.
I'll save it for special occasions.
Yeah, thank you.
Being cheeky,
please. Best directing for a drama series, Jason Bateman for Ozark. The episode was Reparations, to be specific. I want to give it a shot.
Seems to me like someone who won best directing in a series. Maybe that show should have won Best Drama. I don't know.
Considering one of the other shows they got nominated 3 times was Game of Thrones for 3 different episodes. And they were all the shit ones. We're going to move on. Best Drama Actor, Billy Porter for Pose. I don't know anything about Pose.
Yeah, I vaguely remember seeing something of this.
Billy Porter. Like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Billy and Porter.
Billy Porter. All right, Best Drama Supporting Actress, Julia Garner for Ozark. Good.
Another Ozark win.
Yeah. I think it won 3 or so awards as well.
Nice.
Best Writing for a Drama Series was Jesse Armstrong for Succession. The episode was Nobody Is Ever Missing.
That is a show that I'm like, that looks good.
Yeah.
Very drama-filled, and I will probably not watch it.
Yeah. Is it on HBO?
It's
okay,
HBO.
so it's one of those shows they're trying to push to fill the gap.
In the gap, yeah. I think it aired. It's on season 2 right now.
Is it? I thought this was the first
season
season.
2 or 3. No.
Oh, okay. Fuck me.
It's all right. I did the same thing earlier.
Yeah. Well.
HBO needs to work on their marketing, apparently.
They really do. They really, just in all honesty, they really do.
Comes out in like
next month.
Yeah. And have you seen anything else on it?
Other than on YouTube? No.
Yeah.
So, considering it's literally it's an adaptation. Well, it's a sequel to an adaptation super popular 10 years ago when the movie came out, and then 20 years before that when the comic came out. So you would think that they would push this, especially with the
vacuum.
Yeah, I know. And wasn't there a comic convention like just recently, like a really popular? Was PAX?
It was a Comic-Con, I think.
A Comic-Con recently? Yeah. All right, anyway.
It was San Diego.
San Diego?
Yeah.
Was that
SDCC, I think.
Was that July?
I don't know.
I think that's usually July.
Because that's when they had No, that was D23. I don't know.
No,
I don't remember.
Who cares? We're already past it. Just saying it's bad marketing. Pick it up, HBO. Best Drama Supporting Actor. Peter Dinklage, Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Out of all of the actors nominated, it's not a bad win.
He was always great in the acting. It's just it's sad that they ruined the character.
I feel like he should have won the Emmy for Game of Thrones for previous seasons.
Yeah.
Where he's done more.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally the season before where he did more.
Yep.
Best variety talk show. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Nice. Good.
Which is like their third or fourth win for
yeah.
that show.
Yeah, they're...
I'm just glad James Corden didn't fucking win it. Piece of shit.
You're so angry.
I fucking hate him. He's
aware.
a nice guy. I mean,
you realize saying that makes you the bad guy.
Yeah, right? No, absolutely. I'll take the hit. I'm an asshole. Quote me on that.
All right. Put it on a shirt.
That's what I'm going to do.
Sell it for $10.
I will. Best directing for a variety series. Don Roy King for Saturday Night Live, host Adam Sandler. Best directing behind the scenes for a variety show. That's cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Let's move on. Kind of wish Who is America won, though, to be honest. Because they didn't win anything.
Yeah.
I thought it was an interesting show.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live has been around for 40 years. Let's give it to somebody else.
Quality is varying.
It's garbage. Yeah. Well, it's okay. Best variety sketch series.
It's a good backpedal.
Saturday Night Live. I'm ping ponging today. All right? I'm going to change my opinion about something here in a minute. Game of Thrones season 8, fantastic.
Shut up. This is a one-man podcast now. I'll take it over.
Oh well, all the equipment's here. So
for now.
Damn it. Best writing for a variety series. Last Week Tonight. Good job.
Good.
Best miniseries. Chernobyl.
Yeah. I was not surprised, but I was happy to see that.
I know.
Picked one out.
Considering the cultural impact of the show. Well, and coming off of Game of Thrones too. Because people were clamoring for something better. Best movie miniseries actress. Michelle Williams for Fosse Verdon. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Maybe.
I'm not into fashion. I don't know. Have you seen our merch?
You think I am?
You look
good
today.
A t-shirt and jeans and a hat.
You look good today.
Every day. Oh, thank you.
I mean,
same way I look
very middle America. But what do I know? Very Gucci. Best TV movie. Black Mirror Bandersnatch.
That was an interesting one.
An interactive movie.
Yeah.
Won over Deadwood the movie.
I think what we could take away from this is next year,
over
look
King Lear.
forward to the
interactive movie category.
No, fuck. What's the dating thing called? The dating app. Tinder. No, is that right? What's the swipe right? I'm so old. What's swipe? What's swipe right? Swipe left. I'm married. Damn it.
You fucking old bitch.
I don't know. All right.
What are you talking about?
Okay, the app with the dating app.
What's
the name?
Which one specifically?
Swipe right or swipe left?
That's like all of them.
Shit. What's the main one?
Like Tinder, Bumble.
Okay.
OkCupid, Plenty of Fish.
Tinder.
Okay,
but
sure.
They did a interactive like dating movie on there. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So look forward to that winning an Emmy next year.
Was that worth it? Is that
to telling everyone that I don't know what the fuck a Bumble is?
I guess. Yeah. Good. I mean, I can't tell if I'm supposed to be sad for me or sad for you.
You'll be both.
I could be both. So Black Mirror Bandersnatch beat King Lear. So take that, Shakespeare.
Yeah. Fucking guy.
Got him. Best actor in a movie miniseries was Jarrell Jerome, which I know I mispronounced his first name. When They See Us. Cool. Good job for you. I don't watch a lot of movie miniseries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are a lot
Chernobyl?
of. I didn't finish it, but I know the end result. So.
Well, you watched it. Is the point?
Very, very, very true. I am nodding my head emphatically. Best supporting actor in a movie miniseries. Ben Whishaw. I thought it was Winshaw. Whishaw. For A Very English Scandal.
I'm so sorry, Ben.
I'm not. He's Q. He can do whatever he wants. Although he was in Cloud Atlas, so well, Cloud Atlas. Best writing for a movie miniseries: Craig Mazin for Chernobyl, the same guy who wrote Rocket Man.
Yeah. Not the Elton John.
Not the Elton John one. The one with the he farted in a spacesuit and it blows it up, and it's.
I believe you said Identity Thief. I think was
he also
the one
wrote
that
Identity
fucking
Thief.
killed me.
Yeah, he's written a lot of shit movies.
Yeah. Oof.
So good for him.
Yeah.
Eventually,
way to claw your way back up.
Yeah. If you wanted to find our reaction to his cinematography, it's in a previous Nicknames Movies episode.
Yeah.
Best directing for a movie or miniseries, Johan Renck for Chernobyl. I don't know which episode. Best movie miniseries supporting actress, Patricia Arquette. She deserves it for The Act. I haven't seen it, but she's a great actress, so I'm just going to say that. Best competition program, RuPaul's Drag Race.
Good job, RuPaul.
Yeah. One good thing about 2019 is we're getting some cool recognition. Best comedy actress, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Fleabag.
Good job.
The other award. Best comedy actor. I was so excited for this.
Yes, when I saw this, I was like, "Oh man, I know Nick is celebrating."
I know, because all of these actors that got nominated, fantastic.
This was another one where I tried to watch it when I was
Barry.
dying. Yeah.
Barry.
For those who didn't hear. Barry.
Yeah, Barry.
That's
best comedy actor, Bill Hader for Barry. Over Michael Douglas, Ted Danson, some veterans.
Names, yeah.
Best writing for a comedy series, Phoebe Waller-Bridge for Fleabag, episode 1 of series 2, which was fantastic. I just watched it last night. Really good. Best directing for a comedy series, Harry Bradbeer, which is fantastic, for Fleabag, episode 1. So best director and best writing.
Nice.
So it actually won 4 awards at this point now. Best comedy supporting actress, Alex Borstein for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Nice.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Good job, Alex.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Alex Borstein isn't British.
No, but I'm. It's Fleabag. It's oozing into my lexicon.
Okay.
I'm talking about no British.
Yeah, I see.
It's very awful.
Well, why am I not? Because I've watched like 4 seasons of the Great British Bake Show.
I don't know. I'm sure.
Maybe I'm just more immune to British accents than you are.
Yeah, because I don't know what accent you have. Best comedy supporting actor, Tony Shalhoub for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Awesome.
Good job, Tony.
And I think that's it. That's all of the major awards, at least. And that's all that I have on my list right here. So,
congratulations to all the winners.
Yes.
Except for Game of Thrones. Fuck you.
I feel like it was more deserved for other series as well.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of the upsets. What else? What news do you have for me, Mister? I have so much news.
Man.
Shut up, you. It's all of me, my news show.
I tell you what. There is some big comic news.
Oh, boy.
This weekend.
Oh, shit.
You know, big comic news.
Is it are all the people who don't read comics gonna tune out for the next 30 minutes?
No, definitely not.
You didn't sound very enthused when you just.
No. Yeah,
okay.
Big news, as you know, like very exciting. Morbius writers are teaming up for some Madam Web spinoff.
So, for those that don't know or care, Mobius, I believe, isn't it?
Morbius.
Is it Morbius?
The vampire, yeah.
The Okay. The Jared Leto vampire film based off of a Marvel comic book, because Venom was so successful, they needed to make more villain.
It's part of all the Spider-Man spin-off movies that they're doing.
Yeah.
Sinister Six, crap the bed.
So they decided to make a Madam Web movie.
And that is definitely the biggest Spider-Man news that came out this week.
Yeah, definitely, and not the other
news. Not the other thing. Yeah.
Okay. Are you just leading? Are you leading me on?
No.
You slut. All right. Yeah, Madam Web, great. C villain in Spider-Man's.
She is a clairvoyant and telepath.
She has robot spider legs as well.
She's blind.
Yeah. Cool. Old lady villain.
Old spider lady.
Out of all of, I would rather, and it was actually rumored a couple of weeks ago that Kraven the Hunter was one that they were eyeing.
That's one that they talked about.
I would much rather, because he has a way more interesting backstory than fucking Madam Web.
Here's the thing. I don't think you can do a Kraven movie without Spider-Man. I frankly don't know how you can do a Madam Web movie without Spider-Man, but Kraven's
they did Venom without Spider-Man. They're going to do Morbius without Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's true. Venom, I think they could have stuck the landing. I still haven't seen Venom.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I haven't, because I thought
that wasn't a movie you can watch in your haze?
No, it wasn't. I tried.
I would much rather you have watched that while you were fucking high on drugs.
I probably should have, by the...
It would have been more enjoyable.
Anyway.
Fucking garbage film.
Kraven's most, famous story with Spider-Man...
Yeah.
Or a story is with Spider-Man.
Yeah,
so
I agree. But I mean, all of these characters, because they're in a Spider-Man comic, are going to be based around Spider-Man. It doesn't make any sense. Like, they had a good idea or a good premise around their whole Amazing Spider-Man, let's do the Sinister Six, let's kind of tease that. And they're also doing that in the MCU. They have MCU Sinister Six villains. And let's move on to the actually good fucking news when it comes to Spider-Man and all this shit.
I just look forward to the Phage movie.
What?
Phage,
No.
It's like Carnage, but different. Phage.
A third Spider-Man film to be produced by Marvel and Disney. Oh, this is coming from every news website.
This was actually the big news that dropped.
This is awesome.
It is. I can't help but feel a sense of whiplash.
Yes, and I can't help but feel apprehensive because and this is actually Disney who took the hit on this. They tried to do the 50-50, or that was rumored.
Now they're doing
25%, but they still get merchandising
royalties,
which
they're also funding a quarter of the
film's budget.
Costs, yeah,
which you should have been doing from the beginning.
Well, they
Disney.
were doing it from the beginning.
Then why is that news?
Because
why is that part of the deal? That was already part of the deal.
It was probably just re-upping that part.
Okay.
Like, we're still going to cover production
I feel like they should have. Yeah, if they're going to be getting merchandising rights, I'm in Sony's corner on this. Like, they're just they totally legitimately bought the rights to Spider-Man back when Marvel thought they couldn't make a Spider-Man film.
And look,
that's on Marvel.
And like it's hard to say like, I want Spider-Man over here with all the other people so we can have that stuff. But the only way that that's going to happen is either by a deal like this or by Disney absorbing another studio.
Like Sony.
Which is not... We don't need that.
No. I absolutely agree. Here's the thing. If Spider-Man had never joined the MCU and Sony actually made good Spider-Man films with Marvel's help...
Oh, man. Can you imagine?
I would be totally fine.
Yeah.
I would be totally happy.
Because that's the crux of the problem, right? Like, the problem isn't, like, we want Disney to own Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's that we just want a good fucking Spider-Man movie.
We want a good Spider-Man movie. It doesn't even have to be made by Marvel. If the people behind Sony's production team or, people that are in their corner that are contracted to do jobs for them, films for them, if they actually did a good job, people wouldn't care. I mean, granted, they were successful. That's why they have continued to own the rights. The Amazing Spider-Man films and the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, they made money.
That's not the only reason that they hold the right. The reason they hold rights is because
they continue to make the films.
After Spider-Man 3, they're like, well, we need to do another movie.
Otherwise, they
resort
or they revert back to Marvel,
that's how we got Mark Webb.
Yeah, Mark Webb. Directing Spider-Man films.
Does it not suck that someone with the last name Webb made the shittiest Spider-Man movies?
It makes me sad. Mark Webb, descendant of Madam Webb, a fictional character.
Oh my god!
It all makes sense. Oh no! So that's cool. It's cool news. Tom Holland, of course, is set to reprise because he was already set to be in the film anyway.
Something that we kind of glossed over there is not only will they be finishing out the Homecoming trilogy.
Yes,
Spider-Man will also have one more MCU total film. So sometime in Phase 4 that's supposed to happen.
Was that part of Tom Holland's original contract, or was that rewritten?
I think it was part of his original contract.
Right, he was supposed to be in like 5 or 6 MCU films.
Mm.
Cool.
So hey, we can finish out that Homecoming stinger, or that Far From Home stinger.
Thank God.
Without it being super fucking confusing.
Without it being really weird, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for everybody who was willing to compromise between Disney, Marvel, Sony, all of that. For the fans.
Thanks, guys, for making more money.
I don't care about them making money as long as they make good content. Because I don't care.
Agree.
I never see their paychecks.
I don't see this as an altruistic motive, but I agree.
I'm just a guy who wants to see a good movie.
That's fair, yeah.
All of you people with your values.
What do you mean, you people?
I mean you and
people
our particular friends that is probably listening to this while doing other more important things.
My line has been drawn in the sand, sir.
Yeah, well, I have no altruistic values, and I have no scruples.
I didn't say you have no.
I'm talking about me, though. It's only ever about me, okay? And I hate everyone on this planet except for me.
You're still mad we changed the name.
I don't care. I don't care as long as everyone's happy and everyone gets paid and gets to go home. Let me go into my one of my other news.
Throw one right at my face.
I will.
Ah!
Let me go into this one because it makes me feel fancy and smart. James Wan's new film is called *Malignant*. It's a giallo film.
What is that?
A giallo film, thank you for asking, by the way, is Italian for yellow.
Mm.
The word giallo is Italian for yellow. And it is a genre of film. I'm doing the Italian.
The Italian hand
yes,
movement.
the Italian. Mamma mia. 60s horror thriller films known for having a mystery or detective elements and often contain slasher villains or psychological thriller / horror sexploitation.
Man, if this doesn't sound like a niche genre film,
it's a very
with
niche
the
film.
best director it could possibly have for that genre.
I'm so excited because this is so out of James Wan's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. Like Aquaman. I was surprised by Aquaman at how well it was. A couple of giallo films, I swear if I'm not pronouncing that right, are Italian fans.
Yeah.
So some giallo films are Blood and Black Lace, The Girl Who Knew Too Much.
Oh, man, she knew so much.
It got her killed. Spoiler.
Oh.
It came out like 50 years ago. And basically any film that Dario Argento has made. So Suspiria and most of his filmography. It's exciting.
Yeah,
I love the
exciting.
title.
Yeah.
I love the title. It's called *Malignant*. So you're thinking, oh yeah, cancer
Well, I was thinking like a malignant evil
or tumor. Yeah, when I think *Malignant*, the next word that comes to mind is tumor.
That's. I mean, you're not wrong,
right? That's the first thing. Okay, whatever. Maybe I think about tumors too much.
How often do you think about tumors?
Every other day.
I like how other felt like it was thrown.
It was
in
a
there
different.
at the
It was
last
part of a
minute.
different sentence, and then it came in. It said hello. My name is Other.
Oh, hi, Other. Come in, have a tea.
I hate this. So I'm excited. Anything made by James Wan, great. I mean, when he's producing, he's just throwing money at it. But when he's directing and or writing, it's exciting.
Quality
is expected. So that's my little bit of news.
Nice.
And that's set to be released next year.
Very exciting.
Yes, it is.
Hey,
how's it going?
Do you remember a little movie called the Jurassic Park?
I vaguely heard of the 1994 film Jurassic Park. Yes,
it had some dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah. Rawr.
Yeah. Do you remember that sequel series that came out a few years ago that wasn't as good?
No, I've never heard of it.
Oh, okay.
Moving on to the next No, tell me about Jurassic World and its fantastic fucking sequels.
So, for the first time since the original movie, well, not ever.
Well, okay.
Since the original movie.
Right.
The original trio are reuniting for Jurassic World 3. Sir, you're going to make me cry.
Let me finish. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sam Neill,
America.
Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern are coming back for Jurassic World 3.
The big three, not
Yes.
including the guy that got eaten from the toilet.
Well, one, if another person was included in that, it would have been the big four, or at least the big three, and
the other
marginal
guy.
one.
The two kids, I guess. But who cares about them? They probably got eaten by dinosaurs in a different film.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember Lost World.
There were gymnastics, and a truck was hanging over the side of a cliff.
I don't know. That's the first movie detail you
How is that?
There were gymnastics.
How is that? No, fuck you. How is that
and
not?
Vince Vaughn.
How is that literally not the first thing you think of when you think of a Lost World?
Because I don't remember Lost World. I just said that.
But even if you don't remember it, you go, that little girl was doing gymnastic flip kicks to velociraptors.
I don't remember Lost World. I remember the tiny ones eating the guy.
The very big. No, it was a Jesus.
Do I need to rewatch Lost
You mean
World?
the compies?
The what?
The little compies on the island. It's the beginning.
Are they called compies?
Yeah. Well, that's what they call them.
Oh, okay.
There's a longer name, but I don't remember.
How dare you?
That's when they eat the little girl at the beginning.
Oh, little girl. I thought
on
it was
the
a dude.
I mean,
Like an old dude.
I don't remember if there's an older dude. There's specific things I remember about the Lost World.
Right. Okay. Like, what's her name? Vince Vaughn's in it.
Yes, she is in it.
No, she's a more famous actress. I can't remember her name.
The Goldblum's estranged wife in the movie.
Yes.
Yes.
That's.
I don't remember who it is.
Oh, this
Is it Will and Grace?
No.
Girl?
No. Ron Swanson's wife? No.
Well, now I gotta look it up.
Yeah, look it up really quick for me. That's exciting though that they got 3 of the original cast. I mean, Jason, Justin, no, Jeff Goldblum.
Literally, the most normal name.
He's not the most normal person.
No,
all right,
not.
let's just give that to me. He was in Fallen Kingdom for like 5 seconds.
Yeah. Julianne Moore.
She was in Lost World. Thank you. And the famous actress Vince Vaughn. That's right. Worth right next to her. I just remember him in that because he's so out of place in everything he's in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's exciting. Maybe are they main characters? Did they say, or are they just going to be?
They just said they were coming back. I assume they'll. Well, they're joining Chris Pratt and what's her name?
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
They're joining them.
Wait, is it Bryce Dallas Howard or is it?
No, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, I confuse her with the one from It Chapter 2.
Jessica Chastain.
Jessica Chastain.
No, it's.
And I'm not the only one in that.
No.
Okay.
No, it's Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Mm.
Which vampire was she in the Twilight series? Was she the first one,
man.
or the? Or no, she got replaced by a different person.
Stop talking to me about Twilight.
All right, that's cool. The next bit of news I have for you, I want to go to the more exciting one.
Please do.
A Clue remake.
Yes.
To the fantastic cult film starring Tim Curry and Christopher... Guy from Back to the Future. Oh, Marty. Christopher Lloyd. Thank you. I was going to say Christopher Judge. I was like, no, that's the voice actor. Yeah. They're remaking it, and it's going to be directed by Jason Bateman and starring Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I didn't know this at all until you mentioned it to me.
Produced by Fox and Disney.
Fuck, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, and it's being produced by Fox and Disney, so maybe not hard R, although I hope so.
Well, the original wasn't a hard R.
No, it was PG-13, but with Ryan Reynolds, you kind of want some F-bombs in there.
I guess.
He's very creative with his slurs.
He is, but we can also see with Detective Pikachu that he can work around that.
I guess he was still Ryan Reynolds in that.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this. I want to see what other cast members pop up, and hopefully it can get greenlit and pushed forward.
Yeah. This news is more exciting to me than Knives Out.
Knives Out? Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think Knives Out looks great. But
I was going to invite you to go see it with me.
I love Clue, man. I've watched it so many times.
Well, now you're uninvited.
Sorry. I'll still go with you. I'm still excited.
It's Ryan Johnson. Damn it!
We just talked about this.
I know. It was literally last episode. I'm excited for that, though. I mean, I like murder mysteries. I'm a murder mystery.
Connoisseur.
I was gonna do a word that starts with M.
Murder mystery. Malignant.
Madam Webb.
Mark Webb.
No, shit. I hate the circle that we're in. This thing called Earth. And then let me just go ahead and give you my last story.
Throw that boring one that you skipped over.
That I hate. Well, it's not that I hate it. It's just that I didn't get into it. And so it's kind of like, whatever news. But most other people are probably excited because they watched the show. Mm-hmm. BoJack Horseman is to end after its forthcoming 6th season.
So this is actually simultaneously exciting and sad for me because I love BoJack.
Yeah.
I'm a couple seasons behind, so I need to catch up. But, great show. generally a criticism of it can be like it kind of hits the same notes sometimes, and
Like per season.
per season, which is fair. But I think the things they do change here and there. They're great. It's a great, funny show. And deeper than you would think about a show that has a anthropomorphic.
Animalmorphic. Animorphs.
Animorphs.
Animorphs. No.
Yeah.
I feel like the CGI would be there for Animorphs, but I feel like people don't like movies where people transform into animals.
You're misunderstanding, sir. I don't want a good Animorphs movie.
Oh, you want a bad one.
Yeah.
You want a sci-fi original series
Exactly.
Animorphs. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I kind of want that too. That was my last news. I don't know why you're looking at me.
I was just thinking about Animorphs.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, when am I not, really?
Every other day.
Yeah. Hey, you mentioned Ryan Johnson
Yes.
moments ago.
Yes.
Star Wars. There's some Star Wars news.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. First up, George Lucas is mad at Disney. And has been mad at Disney.
I heard about this. I thought it was just like a kind of... Why is this news? Who cares?
It's because it's
he sold his interest away years ago.
Some new details came out with Bob Iger's upcoming book. So he kind of details how that first meeting with Lucas went. Apparently, in the deal where they purchased the property,
right?
Lucas presented them with 3 rough drafts that they wanted to go. What are you laughing at?
Because I just imagine they're at a table.
Here's my rough draft.
There's 3 different drafts, but they're underneath cups. And so he's doing the cups thing. He's like, now you choose which draft to get. He's also a vampire. He's also Chocula.
Yeah, I like it. I like this image that you've conjured.
Bob Iger is Chocula.
Why is... Wait, I thought Lucas was Chocula.
No. Oh, wait, yeah. I'm sorry. I have it backwards because he has the drafts.
Lucas presented Iger and everyone with 3 drafts with how he wanted the story to proceed.
So George Lucas is Frankenberry.
Booberry, really.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Have you seen Booberry?
I haven't had the cereal.
Oh,
Look,
God,
listen. It's sugary cereal.
It's so good.
Yeah, but...
And I hate that it's gone forever until Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Which is forever.
I feel like I hit a sore spot.
You did.
I'm sorry. Move on.
Anyway,
Star Wars.
So these 3 scripts or outlines that were presented, Disney opted to not go with any of them because he had shit about fucking... Have you seen the stuff that Lucas was going to do?
I mean, I saw the prequels, so I feel like...
you know midichlorians?
Yeah.
They came back.
Of course.
Yeah. And there would be micro biological journeys through the body. Or sorry, not microbiological. Microcrobial? I don't know if I'm saying that right.
It probably not. It doesn't matter.
Into the bloodstream.
Nice. So, Magic School Bus shit.
Because the whole universe is controlled by these beings called the Wills.
Oh, he tried to introduce that in the original trilogy.
Yeah, and people were like, don't do that.
Yeah. Sane people.
Yeah.
Sane people.
Well, that's where he wanted to go.
Well, good. I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah. So basically, if you're upset with Star Wars, you were never going to get anything good.
Yeah. But like I said before, he sold his interest in
I agree. Yeah.
his film series when he sold for $4 billion
as much
marketing shit.
Yeah, and as much as I'm kind of hot and cold on Last Jedi, there are things I like about it, there are things I don't like about it.
It's controversial.
I for fuck sure would not care for anything in terms of what Lucas was planning.
Right.
Except for apparently Luke was going to die at episode 9 while training Leia to be a Jedi. That would have been good.
Would have been interesting.
Yeah. I would have been okay with that. But more midichlorians and
in the Magic School Bus. Yeah.
No. That's what I thought of.
Yeah.
I thought of the Magic School Bus.
I said that earlier.
Did you? I didn't hear you.
That's well, you were more heated about that.
I was, yeah.
I'm sorry. I feel like he's totally allowed to insert his creative input.
Sure.
All right.
Well, and he went on to say, let me see if I can pull up the quote. He said something to the effect of, no matter what I would have made, I know fans would have liked it because he was very like, I'm not gonna just do something that they want, which is the way Disney went with Force Awakens,
Right?
And that's why Lucas was so upset that it didn't have anything new.
The people that were upset with Force Awakens as well because it wasn't because it was the exact same as A New Hope.
Right.
But to be honest, people like A New Hope. Disney's doing. They're checking a lot of boxes that they know that a lot of consumers are looking for.
Okay, so let me read you. This is from HuffPost.
Short for Huffington Post.
Yeah. In his new book, Iger did not detail the plot treatments they bought from Lucas. However, Lucas told fellow filmmaker James Cameron that he wanted to explore the microbiotic world of Star Wars.
James Cameron's like, don't do that.
Lucas said, there's this world of creatures that operate differently than we do. I call them the Wills, and the Wills are the ones who actually control the universe. They feed off the Force. Lucas used the analogy of people as vehicles for the Wills to travel in. Quote, we're vessels for them, and the conduit is the midichlorians. The midichlorians are the ones that communicate with the Wills. The Wills, in a general sense, they are the Force. Lucas predicted that if his idea had been made, a lot of fans would have hated it.
So
he knows.
Yeah, he
knows. Fucking knows. We gotta admire a guy who makes a movie that's as bad as Phantom Menace, and everybody's like, "That's really fucking bad," and he goes,
I can
Fuck
make it
you.
worse.
I'm gonna double down on it and do a whole trilogy of that shit.
Oh my gosh, that's like if imagine George R.R. Martin releases The Winds of Winter tomorrow, and the entire plot of The Winds of Winter is the entire plot of season 8.
Yeah.
And he was just holding off on it because he's trying to gauge the reaction.
Yeah.
And then people are like, wait, what is this shit?
And then he goes, I'm going to do it anyway.
I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to write another sequel. You're going to have to wait 20 years for this one.
Instead of like a huge book that you normally get, I'm going to give you a Hobbit size
It's an ebook.
Yeah.
That you
it's
have
a
to
pamphlet.
that you have to download through an exclusive app on DB Weiss and David Benioff's exclusive website.
They get 1 cent.
Download it off
download.
of Tidal.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that. George Lucas. I'm sorry. Just retire and go to a beach house.
He's
and
basically that way anyway.
Buy an island.
They bring him on for consulting, but
and publicity. But at this point, like the fans who grew up with his original series when it came out in the late 70s, early 80s, and then our parents.
Yeah.
It's crossed several generations, but at the same time, there comes a point where you just retire. You stop.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
Ian Fleming just stopped, but also he was a fucking misogynist asshole. Yeah. So I just thought that was a good one for one.
George Lucas seems like he's probably fine. He just seems like he's up his own ass a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's eating his own bread. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. He's eating his own bread. I stand by that.
Yeah.
What else do you have?
Other Star Wars news that broke this week was Kevin Feige is joining Star Wars. He's going to be on a Star Wars project.
Do they know to what?
They have no clue.
He has not. Clue. I'm sorry. He has no directorial experience as far as we know.
I don't think so. He's always been
a producer,
constructing the universe.
He's constructing. He constructed the MCU. I thought for sure he was trying to get to a point to where he could retire as well.
I think he was just trying to create the MCU in a way where he could step back. And this seems like that might be
what he's trying
doing.
to do.
Yeah.
I wish him all the best. He's done amazing worth. He has done amazing work with the MCU and everything that he's done. Yeah. I haven't stood next to him throughout the entire process, but I assume that his hand can be felt in every film. So
yeah. I mean, the reason that the MCU is the way it is today is because of something he started with Jon Favreau.
Yeah, and so I'm excited, and hopefully he and Jon Favreau can work together on this. Maybe Jon Favreau can direct this film. He's already working with Disney on The Mandalorian.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll see the success of that November 12th, or is it? When is Disney Plus?
Disney Plus and The Mandalorian, which comes out with when it launches, is November 12th. Yeah.
November 12th. Okay. We'll find the fruits of that on that day. So
Yep.
we'll see if maybe we can get behind a Jon Favreau, Kevin Feige Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have that than the D.B. Weiss and David Benioff Star Wars films.
I pray to God they're not doing it anymore.
But here's the thing: we can talk about Star Wars all day, and I'll say this every time we bring it up.
Do it. Yeah.
We will. No. We can, but there is such a thing as too much Star Wars. We're very close to that saturation point.
Not with just movies, but now we have The Mandalorian and the Obi-Wan series is coming up.
Clone Wars is finishing, I believe. They're in their final season.
The last season that they're doing with Disney Plus is, I believe, going to be, because they're doing another season on Disney Plus.
Right.
But I think that's the final one. I
feel like it should, even though I've heard nothing but great things about the series. Yeah. I feel like they need to move on with new original stories, like they did with Rebels, which is that still going on?
Ended.
It did end?
I believe, yeah.
Okay, and I heard good things about that as well, but I feel like they need to keep it fresh if they're going to be as continuous with all of the Star Wars content.
And we'll see what happens with The Mandalorian, because I think that's probably their best shot at something different.
Well, and it's live action. It's not animated or cartoon, so it's more approachable for a larger audience, broader audience. So I'm excited, though.
Speaking of Disney Plus and Star Wars, Deborah Chow is named as the director for Obi-Wan, the TV show.
What is her previous work?
She has done mostly television.
Okay.
Coincidentally, she's also doing a couple episodes in The Mandalorian.
Oh, cool. So that's kind of groundwork for her.
Yeah,
practice.
Yeah. She's kind of all over the place in terms of.
Give me something she's done before.
Yeah, let me pull her up here.
What was her name? Deborah Chow.
Deborah Chow or Chow? Yeah.
Okay, we should be sure.
I think it's Chow. It's CHOW.
Yeah, it's Chow. Like I know. I'm so sure.
I'm positive.
I am absolutely sure.
Okay.
Well, there's John Cho, the actor, and that's CHO.
Yeah.
Let's step away from this. I feel like we're
flounder.
We see the line, and it's right there, and we're waving at it.
We're touching it.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. Hey, there it is. Okay, yeah, she's doing 2 episodes of The Mandalorian. Okay. She did 1 episode of American Gods, Man of the High Castle, Better Call Saul.
Some good work.
Jessica Jones.
Good series.
2 episodes of Fear the Walking Dead. She did 6 episodes of Reign.
REIGN.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tyrant, Iron Fist.
So she has a lot of experience in TV.
Mr. Robot.
A lot of those are very cinematic series, especially Mr. Robot, Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
A lot of the mainstream. I can't wait for Mr. Robot. That premieres October 6th.
Oh, it's so right around the corner.
Yeah. I know I just did this earlier with Misfits. It's literally like one of my top 10 favorite shows of all time.
Yeah. That's another one I need to get around and watch.
It's that, Boardwalk Empire, Misfits. Yeah. What's up there, man? It's I think that's the 4th and final season of
yeah.
It's the final season. So I'm really, really excited. I don't know if I want to rewatch the whole series because it's very convoluted, but I feel like I don't know if I have time.
Right. Yeah. That's a pretty short period of time to do that.
And I'm in the busy season of work and everything. Like my weekend is only like half a day this weekend. So oh boy, the pressure.
Well, good luck to you, sir.
Any more Star Wars news?
No, that's it for Star Wars.
Okay, thank you.
However,
shit.
It's still news. On the streaming front, apparently the trade for Spider-Man was Ghost Rider, because the Ghost Rider live-action series on Hulu has been dropped.
I know, I'm sad, because it was going to star Gabriel Luna, who starred as... Gabriel Luna was playing Gabriel Reyes.
Johnny Reyes.
No, it's not Johnny Reyes, because it's Johnny Blaze.
No, Johnny Blaze is the original.
Yeah, it's not Johnny Reyes.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
There are multiple Ghost Riders. I'm telling you, it's Johnny Reyes.
Look up Gabriel Luna, Ghost Rider. Look it up right now. Tip tap tip tip tippity tip tip. It's Gabriel Reyes. Unless I'm thinking of the villain from Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Oh shit, we're both wrong.
What is it?
Robbie Reyes.
Ah, fuck. Ah, shit. I knew it was alliteration. It's Marvel. Damn it.
All right, fine. But it's not Johnny Blaze.
I told you. Yeah, I read the Johnny Blaze and the Daniel Ketch.
Well,
Danny
Johnny
Ketch.
Blaze is Nicolas Cage.
Oh, fuck. Hate this. Yeah, so they traded it. I was really excited for that because I watched him on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think that was season 4. And he was really great in it. And the visual effects
It's
were
the
really...
same. Yeah, it's the same character from that season.
So
I'm not sure if it's the same actor.
I was going to say, is he still
but
attached?
it's the same character.
Yeah, because they're going to use... He's not the current Ghost Rider in the
Yes.
comics.
Mm-hmm.
Is he still?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was traded off for someone else.
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
so cool.
He
Robbie
drives
Reyes.
a car instead of a motorcycle.
Right. But I could have sworn still that it was someone else.
Nope.
Um,
Well, it depends on what you're reading, right?
the most current Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I know, but like there's no single Ghost Rider trade right now, or like
Right, it's
issue.
not going right
It's
now.
not ongoing.
I guess the most recent one that came out.
Whoever appears alongside current Avengers
Yes.
is Robbie Reyes.
It's very rare that he's in the Avengers,
They have
though.
Cosmic Ghost Rider, which is like Frank Castle. After it's comics. Comics.
It
are
should be
weird.
Lobo. I think he would be great Ghost Rider.
He served.
Mephistopheles.
No.
Getting it.
Lobo is DC anyway.
Oh, I'm stupid. You're
Yeah,
right. I'm
fuck.
sorry.
Yeah.
Dumb. I don't know anything. I'm not a nerd like you. So that's sad.
Yeah, I am bummed about it. Technically, we could feasibly see it elsewhere. They could shuffle him on to Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, yeah.
But at that point, what does that look like? Because the farthest Disney Plus is going is PG-13.
Yeah.
Right. And we'll see how far they push that envelope with Mandalorian, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch the trailer, for sure.
But Hulu had the opportunity of being like more in the vein of Punisher on Netflix. You know, hard R, very violent. They're still doing that Hellstrom series, which is weird to me.
That they're not including Ghost Rider in this?
That they would choose Hellstrom over Ghost Rider. Because nobody knows who the fuck Hellstrom is.
They don't know a lot of the characters that they're trying to introduce in these shows. Moon Knight, She-Hulk are very insular. I mean, the people who read comics and know of comics, they know these characters. But the people who don't, it's like 2007, they don't know who Iron Man is.
The people that are getting mad that they're doing a She-Hulk show because they think it's just a gender swap of Hulk.
There are people who think that.
Yeah. Who don't know that it's been
they
a character for decades.
Know what Google is and how to use it.
No, shut up. No, nobody's going to use Google. Why would you use Google?
These people use Bing, all right? They use MSN.com, all right? Zach, how can people reach us?
They can reach us at our lovely email address.
Oh, it's lovely now.
It is lovely.
Does it wear a bow?
It's nice and preened, and there's things going on over here.
Did you give it a bath?
There's a couch.
Oh.
I didn't give an email a bath. That's just silly.
Oh, I don't... Fucking go on.
lightscameranonsense@gmail.com.
Through lightscameranonsense@gmail.com, you can actually submit questions, comments, and prompts if you're just fucking choosy about that. If you feel like, oh, these guys aren't talking about the things I'm interested in.
Yeah, if you wanted us to talk about Batman casting rumors for the Robert Pattinson movie.
Oh, shit! It's too late. No, we're moving past it because it's a rumor, and I'm not.
It is a rumor. Well, one's a rumor. The other one's maybe not.
If you wanted us to talk about that thing,
if you wanted us to talk about Robert,
we're
Pattinson's
running long,
Batman.
Zach. It's very close. All right, fine. We'll talk about it.
No, it's fine. They can yell at us.
All right, they can yell at us about the casting rumors if they didn't hear this news. What's going on with Batman with Robert Pattinson
and Jonah Hill and Jeffrey Wright?
Yeah,
those are just two names I dropped randomly. Totally,
I know. It's coincidental, really.
Yeah,
you can email
part
us.
Of the rumors at all.
You can email us at lightscameranonsense@gmail.com. But this has been Lights Camera Nonsense, keeping you updated despite our best efforts. Make sure that you tune in every single time I do the intro and outro. Make sure you can tune in every week for all the latest news, reviews, and how do you do's. You can also visit us at patreon.com/lightscameranonsense, where you can join us at $1 or above.
Yeah, you can buy
whatever
the podcast if you want.
I guess, yeah, you can. You could be nice and do that, become a producer of the show.
Yeah.
Help us out, help make the show a little bit better. Thanks for tuning in for this week. Make sure to tune in every week, and we will see you next week. That was very lovely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.